Hi, hello viewers. In this video we are going to see about fundamental unit of life. This is the first chapter in biology in the grade 9, which I am talking in NCERT syllabus. So the first chapter is fundamental unit of life. So which one is said to be fundamental unit of life and why? Generally, cell is said to be fundamental unit of life because it is the basic unit. With the help of cell only we can do all the functions, especially digestion, excretion, respiration, reproduction. All this life process will be done by a cell. That's why it is said to be fundamental unit of life. Come on, let's go. What they have given in this chapter, we will see. Yeah, first one is cells. So it is said to be the smallest functional unit of life. It is discovered by a scientist, that is English botanist Robert Hooke. So a cell can independently perform all necessary activities to sustain life. It's true only. So with the help of cell only we can do all the functions, digestion, nutrition, that is which our body is needed, excretion, reproduction, respiration, everything will be done by the cell, that is also in independent manner. So that's why cell is said to be basic unit of life. We are having two types of cells. One is plant cell, another one is animal cell. So in our cell we are having different cell organelles such as plasma membrane, it is also called cell membrane, or selectively permeable membrane. It is having different names. Selectively permeable membrane. Second one is cell wall, third one is nucleus, fourth one is cytoplasm, and fifth one is cell organelles. Even in that cell organelles we are having endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, mitochondria, plastids, vacuoles. These are the 6 cell organelles which is given in your NCERT book. We will see in detailed manner in further slides. First cell part is plasma membrane. It is also called cell membrane. So it is the outermost covering. Outermost means this is the first covering of the cell. Its main function is separating the contents of the cell from its external environment. So how we are having door in our room, that is the entry and exit of that room, right? The same way this plasma membrane is functioning like a door. With the help of this plasma membrane only, the substance which entered into the cell, and the same way with the help of plasma membrane only, the substance which is not needed for the cell, that will be removed through this only part, that is called plasma membrane. It is also called cell membrane. One more name is there, that is called selectively permeable membrane. Why it is said to be selectively permeable membrane? Because it only allows some substances only. That's why it is called selectively. Permeable means allowing some substances in and out of the cell. Clear? So the plasma membrane is also called a selectively permeable membrane or semi-permeable membrane or cell membrane. It is the outermost covering. Are you all clear up to this? Okay. So with the help of this plasma membrane only, the diffusion process is happening. What is meant by diffusion? So mostly some substances will be moving through the cell membrane. That process is called diffusion. Here also the movement will be from higher concentration to lower concentration. So here in diffusion mostly it is involved in the gas. So the gas will be moving from higher concentration to the lower concentration through this plasma membrane. That process is called diffusion. Next one is the osmosis. So osmosis refers to be here the water molecules. It is concentrating about the water molecules. The movement will be from higher concentration to lower concentration through a selectively permeable membrane. This is the important keyword. Through the semi-permeable membrane, this process is happening, that is called osmosis. Based on this osmosis and plasma membrane, we can classify the solution into three types. One is hypotonic solution, second one is isotonic, and third one is hypertonic. Just look at this. Hypo refers to be low, right? Just imagine this is one container. So inside the container we are having this cell, right? So here that cell is covered by the water concentration. So here the cell absorbs the water. Why? Because inside the cell it is not having the water content. So low level only it is having. Outside the cell the concentration of the water is high. The concentration of the water is high. So what is meant by osmosis? The movement of the water molecules from higher concentration to the lower through a semi-permeable membrane. That is called osmosis, right? So here inside the cell the water concentration is low. Outside the cell the water concentration is high. So how the movement will be? Outer, that water will be entered into the cell. So it is said to be a hypotonic solution. Even we can take a dry grapes, raisins. If you put this raisin in water, after a few hours, 2 or 3 hours, your size of the raisin will be increased, because the raisin does not contain water. Because of that, whenever it is getting chance, the water molecules which is entered into the raisin through that semi-permeable membrane. Here which is acting as semi-permeable membrane? That dry grapes outer layer. So inside the raisin, the water concentration is low. Outside the raisin, the water concentration is high. So movement of water from higher concentration to lower concentration through semi-permeable membrane, that is called osmosis. So it is happening in the dry raisin, that is dry grapes. So it is said to be a hypotonic solution. Yes, second one is isotonic. Isotonic refers to be equal or same. So here inside the container the cell has the equal amount of water concentration. Outside the cell also the water concentration is equal. So here the movement of molecules will not occur. So the net movement of water will be nil. So it is said to be an isotonic solution. Both the concentration of water inside the cell and the outside the cell are equal. So here the movement of molecules will not occur. Next one is the hypertonic solution. Here the medium, that container having low concentration of water, the cell having high concentration of water. So here the cell releases some water. So the water molecules will be coming from or moving from higher to lower, right? So the water which is present inside the cell, it will be removed and it entered into the medium that is outside the cell. So here what happened? At last the cell loses all the water, so at last it will be shrink. Otherwise rupture will happen. Rupture of cell or shrinkage of cell will happen because it loses the water completely, right? So the plasma membrane and the cell's content will be loosened. So it becomes dry. So now from this we have understand that the plasma membrane is so flexible and it is made up of lipids and proteins. And because of this plasma membrane, the endocytosis process will be occurring in the protozoan amoeba. So you know all amoeba having pseudopodia, right? So if it senses the food, the pseudopodium will be captured and make a encircle and capture that food with the help of this plasma membrane. So endocytosis refers to be the food which is entered into that organism or which is captured by that organism. That is called endocytosis. Engulfing is nothing, capturing. Yeah, second one is cell wall. So above the cell membrane, that is outer part of the cell membrane, mostly the plant cell only having the one more covering, that is called cell wall. It is a protective wall. It is so strong. It is rigid in nature. So it is mostly composed of contains cellulose. It is a complex substance. To prevent the loss of water in plants, the cell wall gives the supports to the plant in a good manner. In case if the cell loses the water, what will happen? The process plasmolysis will be happened. What is meant by plasmolysis? I hope you all have seen your mother will do a pickle, right? How she is making that pickle? Whatever may be the vegetables, she kept that vegetables in the salt or salt water, right? So after few days, what will happen? That vegetables lost the water content. So the loss of water from that cell, each and every cell of that plant substances, that is called plasmolysis. At last the cell will be shrunken, otherwise ruptured, because of the burst of that cell wall only. That is called plasmolysis. And next one is the nucleus. So each and every cell, mostly the center portion will be allocated for the nucleus. Even the nucleus also double layered, double membrane. That membrane is called a nuclear membrane. So even in that nuclear membrane we are having pores. Pores are nothing, a small holes which helps to allow the material. That material is nothing, how the cell is allowing some substances. Likewise, this nuclear membrane is also allowing some substances inside and outside of the nucleus to the cytoplasm. Inside the nucleus, we are having a chromosome, that is a rod-shaped chromosome. So with the help of chromosome only cell division is occurring. Inside the chromosome, we are having a DNA material. The DNA full form is deoxyribonucleic acid. So why it is getting deoxyribo? It is nothing, a name of sugar. Name of sugar. With the help of this DNA only, the genetic material will transfer from parents to offspring. The functional unit of DNA is called gene. This gene is mainly playing an important role. That's why you are resembling your grandpa, grandma, why your eyes are looking like your mother, why your nose is looking like your father, because of this only thing, genes. The gene is present in DNA. The DNA is in chromosome, that is rod-shaped chromosome. That chromosome is in nucleus. That nucleus is present inside the cell. Again I am saying, so cell, inside the cell we are having nucleus. Inside the nucleus we are having a rod-shaped chromosome. Whenever getting chance to do cell division, these chromosomes will be converted into a thread-like structure, that is DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. Inside the DNA, a simple unit is present, that is called gene. Because of that reason only, the nucleus is said to be a brain of cells. Because with the help of nucleus only, we can get the information what we have to do and what type of materials should be transferred to the next generation. These are decided by only part, that is nucleus. Next one is the prokaryotic cell. Depends upon the nucleus and cell organelles, we can classify the cell into two types. One is prokaryotic cell and next one is eukaryotic cell. So in prokaryotic cell, inside the cell, the nucleus, that is genetic material, will not be covered by any membrane. Just like that, it can easily just present in that cell. It is not covered by any membrane. And the cell organelles also not bound by any membrane. That type of cells are said to be prokaryotic cells. Mostly these type of prokaryotic cells having single chromosomes. Example, bacteria. Next one is the eukaryotic cell. In eukaryotic cell, it is having a nucleus. Inside the nucleus only the genetic material we can find. So the genetic material is covered by a membrane, that is called nuclear membrane, and the cell also having a cell organelles, which is also covered by a layer, which is also covered by a membrane. So here the cell organelles and the nuclear membrane, everything will be located in a detailed manner. U refers to be true. So these are said to be true cells. Next one is the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is nothing. Each and every cell, inside the cell, we can see some fluid, right? That is nothing cytoplasm. It is having a cell organelles, that is mitochondria, Golgi bodies, chloroplast. These each and every cell organelles performing specific functions of the cell. In that first one, endoplasmic reticulum. So reticulum refers to be network. Inside the cell, the endoplasmic reticulum will be looking like this. So it is looking like a network. With the help of this cell organelle, the materials will be transported easily. So each and every endoplasmic material reticulum will be covered by a layer. It is looking like a tube or oblong bags. Oblong bags is nothing, little bit rectangular shape with the blunt ends. So based on that surface, based on the structure, it is classified into two types. One is rough endoplasmic reticulum or ER, and smooth endoplasmic reticulum SER. What is meant by rough endoplasmic reticulum? Rough endoplasmic reticulum. So rough refers to be that surface area is having a covered by a or some ribosomes will be attached on its surface. Because of it, it shows rough under the microscope. And mostly these ribosomes are synthesizing the proteins. So these proteins are responsible to produce the enzymes. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, because it is having ribosomes. If there is ribosomes, definitely its functions will be proteins. If it is synthesizing proteins, so as a result we will get the enzymes. Next one is the SER, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth refers to be this reticulum, this endoplasmic reticulum is not having any ribosomes on its surface. Because of that, it is synthesizing what? Lipids. With the help of lipids, we are getting hormones. So with the help of this both rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum, we are getting proteins and lipids. So this proteins and lipids again helping us to prepare or manufacture cell membrane. So that's why this endoplasmic reticulum are said to be membrane biogenesis or membrane biogenesis or membrane biogenesis. Genesis refers to be formation. So formation of cell membrane. How is that possible? Because the cell membrane is mostly having the component lipids and proteins. These lipids and proteins are produced by which cell organelle? Endoplasmic reticulum. So with the help of endoplasmic reticulum, we are getting the lipids and proteins. With the help of that lipids and proteins, again the cell membrane is produced. So that's why it is said to be membrane biogenesis. So one of the main function of endoplasmic reticulum is again transporting the materials between various cell organelles or between the cytoplasm. These are the important functions of the endoplasmic reticulum. So Golgi apparatus or Golgi body. It is also a double layer. It is also a double layer. It is discovered by the scientist Camillo Golgi. So mostly it is said to be a packaging material. Why? Because if you are arranging the coins, how it looks, same way this Golgi apparatus looking like resembles. These and all said to be cisterns. Here the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus both are closely packaged. Why? Because to get the materials from the endoplasmic reticulum also. Here also the same way how the door is opening and closing. Likewise, with the help of that membrane, it is getting that material from endoplasmic reticulum, and also it is storing, and some modifications will be there. At last, it is preparing. Some cases, what will happen? That complex sugar may be made from the simple sugar in the Golgi apparatus. So it is helps in the formation of lysosomes. Lysosomes are nothing, suicidal bag. So these lysosomes are called suicide bag. Lyso refers to be killing. So otherwise it is said to be cleanliness of cell. Why? Because in case any damage occurs in your cell, what will happen inside the cell, the lysosome will get the signal, so the lysosome will produce the digestive enzymes. That enzymes just digest your cell to avoid damage to the other cell. So it is also a kind of waste dispatch and disposal system of the cell. Why? Because if we, that's what I said, if any case you are getting any injury or damage to your cell, so inside the cell we are having lysosomes. It will get signal. With the help of that signal, that lysosomes will produce the digestive enzymes from the digestive juice. That enzymes will destroy your cell. So you are killing your own cell. That's why it is called suicide. This is one type. In case any foreign material, that is the material which is coming from outside of your body, entered into your food or entered into in your body, this lysosome automatically getting signal, and they will damage its own cell or damage that foreign material. So as I said before, these lysosomes are having digestive enzymes. With the help of that, it can break down the cell. At last, that cell will be burst or ruptured, so that enzymes also digest their own cell. That's why it is called suicide bag. Next one is the mitochondria. In singular, it is called mitochondrion. So this is said to be the powerhouse of the cell or energy provider. Why? Because inside the mitochondria, it is having a ATP. Full form is adenosine triphosphate. With the help of ATP, our cell is getting energy. Each and every cell organelle have two membrane, that is two layer. It is also having outer membrane. Inside it, it is called inner membrane. Mostly the outer membrane is porous. Porous means it is having some pores, some holes. Because of that holes, it can do both entry and exit process. Second membrane, that is inner membrane, is so much folded. And also inside the mitochondria, it is having a DNA material. So in this chapter, only two things. One is plastids and mitochondria having own genetic material except the nucleus. Next one is plastids. These plastids are mostly present in the plant cells. We are having two types of plastids. One is chromoplast, second one is leucoplast. Chromo refers to be colored plastids. Mostly we can see that leaves, flowers, fruits, these are colored one. Next plastid, that is leucoplast. Leucoplast refers to be colorless. So even in the chromoplast, it is having a pigment that is called chlorophyll. Because of the chlorophyll, it is said to be chloroplast. These chloroplasts are helps in the photosynthesis process. Generally, these chloroplasts are having the pigment that is called chlorophyll. Because of the chlorophyll pigment, the plants also trap the sunlight and it will do the photosynthetic activity. With the help of that, the plants also prepare the food material. In some cases, some other plant having instead of chlorophyll, they will get xanthophyll pigments. Maybe they are yellow, red, orange, that type of that colored leaves they are having. So next one is the leucoplast. It is a colorless plastids. Most of the function is it stores the starch, oils and protein granules. Even the plastids also covered by double layer. Inside the plastid, It is that materials are embedded in a content that is called stroma. Even this plastids also having their own DNA, own genetic material. Even the plastid also having a own genetic material how the mitochondria is having. Next one is the vacuoles. Mostly these vacuoles are like bag-like structure or sac-like structure which is having solid or liquid contents. Mostly in animal cells these vacuoles are small in size, but in plant cell it is large in size. Most of the cell volume, 50 to 90% of the cell volume is covered by this vacuole only. So in plant cells, these vacuoles are full of cell sap, cell liquid, and it is giving the turgidity and rigidity, strength and pressure to that cell. So in case in amoeba, this food vacuole only contains the food items which is captured, and with the help of contractile vacuole, it excretes that excess water and some other waste from the cell. So next one is cell division. This is the one of the important topic, cell division. So whatever may be from your baby stage to now, because of the cell division only you are getting growth and development. Even if you get a small injury, there also the cell division will occur. So generally the cell division will be occurring in two types. One is mitosis, second one is meiosis. So wherever the cell division is occurring, this parent cell only giving a two daughter cells. So the process involved in cell division are karyokinesis and cytokinesis, nuclear division and cytoplasmic division. So this is the parent cell. Inside the cell, nucleus is present. So first the nucleus will be elongated. After a proper stage, this nucleus will be divided into two. So one cell, two nucleus. Next, a constriction will be forming in that cytoplasm. That is called cytokinesis, cytoplasmic division. At last, we will get two daughter cells separately. So first one, mitosis. Mitosis mostly happening in the somatic cells. Somatic cells refers to be body cells. If you get any injury in your hand, leg or a face, so this mitotic division will be occurring. It is the only cell division responsible for growth and development in organisms. So here the chromosomal number will be maintained. For example, the cell is having 46 chromosome. It is divided into two daughter cells. These two daughter cells also having a 46 chromosomes. So this is the parent cell or mother cell. These two cells are said to be daughter cells. So on each and every mitotic cell division, we will get two daughter cells. These two daughter cells are mostly diploid in number. So in mitotic division, where it is occurring? In somatic cells. So it is producing two daughter cells. With the help of daughter cell, again we are going to prepare or we are going to form a body cells only. Next one is the meiosis. Meiosis occurs in the gametes, sex cells or reproductive cells. This type of cell division occurs to get the maturity in both male and female. So where it is occurring in male? In sperm cells. In female, ovum. So here the chromosomal number will be reduced into half. The sperm is having 23. The ovum is having 23 chromosomes, not 46. Here the crossing over is possible. Because of that reason only we are getting variations in the child. So in meiotic division, this is the parent cell. Listen carefully. This is the parent cell, 46 chromosomes. It is divided into two daughter cells. Here the chromosomal number will be 46. This daughter cells again divided into form 4 daughter cells. So here the cell division stage will be occurring in 2 steps. So now this chromosome number will be reduced into half. Now these 4 daughter cells are having 23 chromosomes each. So it is haploid in number, half number of chromosome only having. That's why it is said to be haploid. Haploid means half number of chromosome. Out of 46, half number refers to be 23. So haploid means these daughter cells are having 23 chromosomes. So these daughter cells forms gametes, that is sex cells. Ovum in female and sperm in male. I hope we all get some clear idea about cell and then cell organelles in this chapter, fundamental unit of life. Do you have any doubt in this chapter? Just give a queries in comment section. Thank you.